The Holy Prophet asked, Shaitan, you have a colorful head on your head. Tell me what your colorful head represents. Shaitan replied, Ya Rasulullah, my head is this colorful world, is this materialistic goods of this earth, temporary enjoyment, perishable worldly benefits. Once a person gets trapped by my head, he then becomes under my control, and then, therefore, forgets all about his akhirah, his hereafter. The Prophet continued and asked, Shaitan, what is that colorful belt which you are wearing around your waist, which is decorated with gold and diamond? Shaitan replied, Ya Rasulullah, this is my second weapon, which keeps my backbone strong. Whenever I see that a believer is not getting trapped by my colorful head, I use this as my second weapon. The Holy Prophet asked, but Shaitan, what exactly is it? Shaitan said, Ya Rasulullah, this are the bay hijab, unveiled woman of this world, through which I deceive the believers from. The Prophet continued and asked, Shaitan, what is that bell which you are holding in your left hand? Shaitan replied, Ya Rasulullah, this is the bell through which I destroy the iman of the believers, through which I destroy the faith of the mu'mineen. The Prophet asked, Shaitan, how do you manage to destroy the iman of the believers? Shaitan said, Ya Rasulullah, whenever I see two believers getting into minor disagreements, minor verbal disagreements, and as soon as I ring this bell, these two believers get into major verbal fights, such as backbiting and the use of bad language, whereby their iman, whereby their faith destroys from their heart, disappears from their hearts. The Holy Prophet continued and asked, Shaitan, what is that net which you are holding in your right hand? Shaitan replied that, Ya Rasulullah, whenever I see that none of my weapons are getting trapped by the believers, I then use this last weapon as my net. The Holy Prophet asked Shaitan, but Shaitan, what is this net? Describe to me how you use your net. Shaitan said that whenever I see believers doing all the good deeds, I then throw this net at them. This net is riyahkari, performing good deeds, not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but to show people. Shaitan said that whenever I see believers, I throw this net at them. Any good deed which they do for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes invalid, becomes void. This is because whenever they step on my net, the actions which they perform, such as going to Hajj, they tell people. They tell people whenever they perform fasts. They tell people whenever they pray namaz, whenever they pay zakat and khums, they pay to show people, not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is how eventually they feel superior to those people whom they know are not performing such good actions. So Ya Rasulullah, as soon as I throw this net, the believers' good deeds become void and therefore invalid. Please recite aloud salawat. As I have said yesterday, that Shaitan is working towards taking people into hell, Jahannam. And Muhammad and Ali Muhammad are working towards taking people towards heaven, Jannat, yani paradise. Which is why it is important for us to put more love towards the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, so we can defeat from Shaitan easily. Because the people whom Shaitan fears the most are the Ahlul Bayt themselves. Which is why when our fourth Imam, Imam Ali Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, was offering his prayers, Shaitan came in the form of a poisonous snake to create temptations and to distract Imam from his ibadah. He tried to distract Imam by squeezing his toe by his mouth. But look at the ibadah of Imam Zainul Abidin. He did not pay any attention to Shaitan. After Shaitan had failed and after he went, Jibreel revealed from the sky saying, Anta Zainul Abidin, you are the pride of the worshippers. You are the ornament of worshippers. Please recite aloud salawat on Muhammad and Ali Muhammad. Brothers, this was the same Sajjad who had faced so many difficulties after the death of his father, Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Imam was asked, "Oh Imam, what was the most difficult trial in the year 61 AH? The inquirer probably expected Imam to narrate the day of Ashura. Maybe when Imam Hussain alayhi salam bore the trampled body of Hazrat Qasim alayhi salam. Or maybe when the children's hopes were broken, when Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam was martyred. Or maybe when the 6-month-old child of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, Ali Asghar, was brutally killed in the arms of his father. Or maybe when Imam was in his last sajda. Tears rolled down Imam Zainul Abidin's eyes, and he kept on saying, Asham, Asham, Asham. Yabna Rasulullah, what's happened in Sham? He was asked. Imam Sajjad replied, martyrdom is our way of life, but the parading of our women in the streets and bazaars was the most difficult of trials indeed. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. على لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين.